Hello everyone, this is Razorflamekun, and in this episode of the Azure Dreams Let's Play, after much thought and deliberation, I've decided we are going to head up the tower for the final time. Yes, I decided to do this. We are going to head up the tower for the last time. I was debating upon whether or not to wait until after we start heading down the tower to go up the tower again, but I decided to just say screw it and actually just go up the tower for the final time. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and bring out Yankash. That's the Tameon we're gonna be using in on this floor. And I'm hoping that it keeps Yankash. And it does, thank you. So I did that. I fused Yankash with the Arachne to double his attack, which is 36 at level 1. It was 18 and 16 defense, which is actually incredibly high for a level 1 Tameon. And as you can see, he's kind of a worm type Tameon. But the main thing you want to know about Yankash is he's probably the most balanced out of any Tameon in the game in terms of stats. Anyways, if we wanted to, we could go down. In fact, you know what? I think I'm gonna give a preview of the basement of the tower. I'm also gonna save in a new save file. Tower of Monstrosity Basement. Familiar, I have been expecting you. Welcome, sir, to the basement of the tower. I shall inform you about the underground on behalf of its master. There is, however, very little to distinguish this place from the upper floors, aside from the descender you have just made use of. The descender is more convenient than the above-ground lifts, and allows you to skip floors already visited as you descend. Please take advantage of this feature for a more fulfilling underground adventure. That is more fulfilling for you, and not for the myriad of savage monsters down here. Tee hee hee. The descender is visible only to you who have reached the floor of the sky, and hence you need not fear being disturbed by other humans. Enjoy your stay and farewell. So that's... Oh, yes, I forgot to tell you, there are 99 floors in all underground. Yes, guys. A trivial fact, but it seemed that you ought to know it regardless. Tee hee hee. Yes, guys, that is right. There are 99 floors in the underground. 99. Meaning, yeah, we're gonna be doing this for a long time. I mean, a long time. Anyways, yay, Co's now level 2. Anyways, I just wanted to go down here to give you this brief little introduction to the basement. And you know what? Screw it. We're just gonna... Even though I said we're gonna go up the tower, instead we're gonna go down. And we get new music as well. Another trivial fact. Okay, here's one thing that I need to tell you guys about. In the basement, there are a lot of very, very important items that you need to get every single time that you come down here. Whenever you see a sword or a shield, pick them up. Because there are 2 items in the basement. One a sword, one a shield that are incredibly rare and incredibly useful. The first is called... Actually, there are several very useful swords down here, but there's one called Dark Wire. Now, Dark Wires are almost always going to be... They're almost always going to be cursed, and that's good. You want them to be cursed. Do not remove the curse from Dark Wires, because if you do, that'll hurt their resale value by an incredible amount. So just keep that in mind. Next, what you want to know is that there's another sword called the Dad Sword. That is the strongest sword in the game. Yes, I just said it. The strongest sword in the game, and I'm not lying. If you find one, consider yourself incredibly lucky. The third sword you can find down here is the Blessed Sire. The Blessed Sire is another really, really good sword. Anyways, those are the swords. The shield that you can find down here is the Forever Shield. It doesn't rust, and it usually comes with an extremely high modifier on it. What I mean by that is it usually comes with a extremely high plus modifier on it, somewhere in the 30s to 50s. Yes, I said 50. So if you get a Forever Shield, that's gonna, no matter what level you are, that should replace the shield that you have, because that is an incredibly good shield. Anyways, another thing to mention is that through all of this talking, Ko's gained 3 levels and Yankash has gained, I think, 2 levels. The basement is extremely good for leveling up, but you want to take your time going down the tower, because the difficulty going down the tower increases by an incredible amount every single time you go down the tower. So just remember that. Anyways, this is just a preview episode, or not. By what I mean by preview episode is it's a preview of the basement. So I just wanted to do this quick little episode, quick 5-10 minute episode to show you guys the basement and keep you guys interested in this LP for more. Anyways, Yankash just grew to level 4 and Ko grew to level 5. But since I've now shown you a decent amount of actually no, we're gonna go down one more floor. And we're going to explore the 3rd floor of the basement. And that's going to be it for the basement preview episode. As you can see, the floor layouts are completely different as well. That's something else that you want to note. Whoa. Okay. Yep, these guys are still low leveled. Anyways, there we go. Yankash gained 4 experience. Let's see what this is. It's a Vit Seed. Yay, Vit Seed. Give to Yankash, because I think Yankash uses a lot of MP, if I'm not mistaken. But he's already up to 123 MP. Yeah. Anyways. Oh yeah, and then there's another wand that you can get down here that is incredibly good wand. I believe it is called the Arm Wand. I don't know much about the Arm Wand because I actually don't use wands very often. But if you get an Arm Wand, not to mention that they are actually really good for selling. They also are pretty decent for other purposes as well. Anyways, a Lava Seed, and I want this. Okay, it's an Inca-san. Yankash has been blinded. Okay. I can go ahead and give that to you. And all status has been recovered, so the status affliction that he had is now gone. I'm gonna go ahead and use that to get rid of the monsters on this floor. We got a Pyro Orb, which is, I think, that's a new orb. A Fire Pillar. So there you go. There's another instance of the basement having new items. So there are also new. In addition to new items, there are also new monsters that we're going to be finding on the way down. But you may have noticed that we haven't actually seen any new monsters just yet. But I assure you, there are new monsters heading down the tower. Another thing that I'm going to note, especially about the basement, is that for the most part, with the exception of this episode, we are actually going to be using Descender's ability to skip floors. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to choose how many floors we're going to skip, but in all honesty, you don't really want to skip floors when you go down the tower, because that's when you could get into trouble. Because you could skip floors, like you could go down to the 5th floor and you'd only be level 1, and you bring a level 1 Tameon with you and you'd be pretty screwed. So yeah, you don't want to skip floors that often. Anyways, Ko just grew to level 6, and this is... Oh, and Yankash grew to level 5. Anyways, this is just a... Oh, a Medusa. Let's see. Let's see what his plus is. Holy crap, it's plus 24. Let's see what the Stormire was cursed. It's a plus 24, but it's cursed, so I can't take it off. Stormire was cursed and cannot be taken off. That's the danger. Oh, mushrooms. Awesome. Anyways, 19. 10 experience. Awesome. Octos. Oh, cool. I can take out Octoses in one shot, even with this cursed sword. Mushroom. Anyways, I think that's going to be it for this episode. In the next episode, we're going to go and do what I said what we were going to do at the beginning of this episode, which was going up the tower. So, until next time, this has been Razorflamekun, and I hope you enjoyed the preview of the basement.